picked up a new refrigerator vent cover. The one on the roof was damaged. So this is it. It's by CAMCO. Solar powered RV ventilation. It has a solar panel on it with a little fan. And it is supposed to improve the cooling by up to 40%. And in this area here is a position for a second solar panel if you think that it does a good enough job that you want to increase the capacity of it. So this is what it does. Here's the fan, and this mounts inside the fridge. I guess Charlie has had enough of this. Good boy. So this mounts on top of the fridge. It has a aerodynamic shape to it, and so hopefully that'll be a good thing. If you look at the fan here and you lift it up, first got to turn the switch on, I believe, lift it up into the sun, and there goes the fan. So it does work. We're inside the truck camper and it's coming in through the escape hatch, so it is fairly sensitive to light. So I'll turn this off again. And it looks like it's pretty easy to install. There are two sets of holes in it. One is for Dometic and the other is for the Norcold refrigerators. And it says that it is supposed to fit all Dometic and most of the Norcold brand. So we're going to replace the one on the roof now because it was damaged by a tree going down a trail that was a little bit tighter than I should have gone down. But that's where you find the best camping. So let's get set up, go to the roof, and start pulling things apart. This is the outside fridge vent cover, and we turn the knobs to remove the cover. They're kind of a hard little thing to get a hold of. And off it comes. So we'll install the fan somewhere up here. If I can reach it, this is going to be a tight little reach. Okay, so as you can see, this existing refrigerator roof cap is in sad shape. It's broken back here also. These are the 4 holes that need to be scraped out and have the screws backed out. Looks like the sealant on it could use a little bit of freshening up here too. So, and you can just see that the weather has worn it pretty good. It's all pretty UV weathered. Okay, so let's start pulling it off. Okay, I'm going to use a paint digging tool here and just go in and pull it out. Very simple. Okay, so caulk is all dug out of there now, and we'll back the screws out here with a Phillips screwdriver. Normally I would have my electric screw gun up here, but it's just 4 screws and it doesn't take much, so why bother? And so, goodbye to that. Okay, so this is the cover for the fridge. So I still need to figure out how the heck I'm going to get a fan down in there, but I think I can get it. Anyway, let's put it on pause here and I'll go grab the new one. Okay, so I've cut away the screen on the roof vent here. It's really the only way I could get in there. And then once I'm done installing the fan, then I can stitch it back together with some wire, and that'll seal everything up against insects, birds, what have you, rodents. So here's the fan, and I've put some adhesive backed weather tape on it, foam, to try and dampen any noise that's going to be transmitted into the wood from the fan. And so one thing I've noticed about this is that it has an on-off switch, but the switch is all the way up here at the fan, and so it kind of makes the switch useless because you can't get to it unless I was to cut it and relocate the switch, splice the wire and put the switch down below, but I'm not going to worry about that. This will be easy enough. So I'm just going to install the fan here the way it is, and then see how it works, and then if I need to make changes, then I can always come back and do it later. So I'm just going to install it just right here at the top of the refrigerator like this, and it's the number 2 position. The first position is below the condenser, and the second position is above the condenser, and then the last favored position is down at the bottom of the fridge, and there's no way that I can mount it down there. At the top of the fridge, like here right at the roof, is really the only way I'm going to be able to mount the fan. So let's get this thing mounted and see how it works. Okay, so you can see that the fan is running in there. It's a cloudy day, so it's not running real fast. And it's actually fairly quiet. The on-off switch for it is right here, which I don't know what they were thinking. It's just not really a very intelligent place to put it. I mean, it's useless there. So we'll just string it up in there and leave it. And but yeah, you can definitely feel there's a bit of a breeze coming from it, and so I imagine it probably kind of self-regulates because it has the sunnier the day, obviously the hotter it will be, and also the more speed that the fan will get because there'll be more solar energy to drive it. And then at night it will not run at all unless you're in like a Walmart parking lot or something with powerful overhead lighting. And so anyway, I'm gonna put some DICOR self-leveling seal around the base of the fan or the fridge vent. Now you can see there's a couple of spots where it's starting to crack and come through, so I'm just gonna put some sealant on that and see how that works. I've never used the self-leveling DICOR, and so this will be a good test. So I'll get back to that in a minute. So I'm applying the DICOR over the bolts the old screws and the seam, and then I'm going to spread it with a trowel just to cover uniformly, evenly over everything, and then we'll see how that works for the next over the winter. Trying not to make a mess. But you know how when you're working with caulk, it's overwhelmingly attracted to you and your clothes and everywhere. Okay. So I'll use my little paint scraper to spread it. I suppose that's working all right. It's on the roof, so neatness doesn't especially count. I could do better, but I'm in a hurry. It's clouding up. I gotta get it done. I've got other projects to do yet too. Okay, and then we'll come back and hit a couple of these here high points. Like that, and that, and that. And just make sure that everything is encased. And at some point you got to stop because it begins to tack up on you. So, grab my wipes here, clean off the excess on the trowel. Toss it down where my garbage is. Okay, and we're set. So now I'm going to, then also I put a dab of caulk over here onto the entry point for the wire from the fan. I figured that it's a possible leak, so I better do whatever I can to prevent that. Okay. The screen on the roof vent, I took a roll of aluminum duct tape and folded it in half and applied it to both sides so it sticks to itself. Relatively easy to remove if I ever have to. And then I also took some of that tape and I made a extended cowl for the fan to have the fan exhaust right up under the vent here, just to kind of force the air out more directly through the vent rather than having it circulate around the back of the refrigerator. So I assume it will make some difference. How much difference, I don't know. Okay, so I'm going to just take this bundle of wire here and I'm just going to wrap it in some UPC 20 mil tape for protection and against vibration, and then I'm just going to lay it on top here. It's not going to go anywhere, and then in the future everything is easily accessible. I assume that the length of this wire is by design to get a certain amount of resistance into the circuit for the fan so it doesn't look like a dead short for the solar panel. So I'm just going to leave the length of the wire the way it is. The switch, I'm just going to leave it on. It's pretty much useless the way it is. And so anyway, I'm going to get this sealed up and finish. Okay, and now we are just going to seal it up. There's the seal on the screen. You can see the extension to the fan. When I flip the fan over here, you can see the fan spins. And so let's place it on. Okay, so that's it, and you can barely hear the fan noise. So I'm going to poke a couple holes in here in the holes marked D for the Dometic, and that'll complete the installation on the refrigerator cover. And then if I think at a later date I would like to, if this one seems to work okay, then I can add a second solar panel and fan here and theoretically increase the efficiency again. And I just felt my first couple drops of rain, so I'm going to get this wrapped up. Screwed down, and now we're just going to put some of the DICOR self-leveling sealant over the top of the screws, and that will complete the installation. And that's that. So we have the solar panel is installed now for the solar panel on the roof vent. You can see the DICOR self-leveling caulk is leveling itself out a little bit. When you put your hand under here, you can definitely feel the warm air coming up from the fan. And then I'll put the mic right there and see if you can pick up any noise from it. So if you hear anything, that's the noise. So real happy with the fridge vent cover and the way the DICOR self-leveling sealant has performed. I still got to come up and I got to seal the edge on these sides of the roof. I think I'm getting some water penetration there, and that'll have to be a later project. As you can see, we're starting to get some clouds here, so I'm gonna pack it up for now and continue this later.